This Labour government are full lots of crazy different stunts. Their methods are downright bonkers. In today's video, we will discuss why a frantic Keir Starmer is trying to bury a story that can end him. Not only that, but we will also go over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Make Britain Great. Again, t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. From British politics to the enduring patterns of establishment cover-ups, the tactics remain disturbingly consistent. Politicians and the broader political apparatus continue to rely on deflection and distraction, aided by a compliant mainstream media. Let's examine the critical events of the past months, particularly following the Labour Party's general election victory on July 4th. This political shift has brought issues in the UK to a boiling point. Since Labour's win, several incidents have surfaced, exposing both the failures and duplicity of those in authority. The media's role in shaping narratives and shielding the establishment is particularly troubling. Three key events, the Southport attack, the stabbing of a British soldier in Gillingham, and the arrest of Labour politician Ricky Jones, illustrate this pattern. These cases, seemingly unconnected, are all set to begin trial on January 20th, 2025, coinciding with the inauguration of President Donald Trump. The media's handling of the Southport incident is a textbook example of selective reporting. Axel R., the accused attacker, has been depicted using childhood photographs, an apparent bid to soften public perception. Yet the facts tell a different story. Axel, now an adult, faces serious charges. This deliberate framing by the media raises concerns about accountability and their influence on public opinion. In Gillingham, Anthony E. stands accused of stabbing a British soldier. While legal constraints limit available details, the timing of this trial alongside others raises eyebrows. Is this overlap a strategic move to limit public focus? Such scheduling decisions warrant scrutiny, particularly when they seem designed to dilute attention. Ricky Jones, a Labour politician, was arrested for inflammatory rhetoric, allegedly inciting violence against right-wing individuals. Yet media coverage has been curiously restrained. Instead of probing his remarks and their implications, the focus has shifted to less controversial topics, further highlighting the selective nature of reporting. Why January 20th, 2025? The coincidence of these trials with Trump's inauguration is hard to ignore. Major outlets like BBC and Sky News have announced wall-to-wall coverage of the event, ensuring these UK trials will receive little public attention. Critics suggest this timing is no accident, pointing to political motives behind the scheduling. This isn't a new phenomenon. Similar tactics were employed during the COVID-19 pandemic, when the media often acted as a mouthpiece for state narratives. Even recent revelations about Axel's alleged links to extremist groups were overshadowed by Labour's budget announcement. These diversions are carefully orchestrated to bury significant stories. As January 20th approaches, vigilance is essential. The coordination behind these trials' scheduling highlights the urgent need for independent journalism. While legacy media fixates on Trump's inauguration, new media must ensure the public remains informed about these pivotal UK events. This is a decisive moment for accountability and transparency. The establishment's tactics demand scrutiny, and the media's role in enabling them cannot go unchallenged. Don't let him or this government off. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. In some other news, hospices across the UK are raising the alarm over a growing financial crisis, sparked by the national insurance hike introduced by Chancellor Rachel Reeves. The increase in national insurance contributions, announced as part of the government's financial statement in late October, has hit hospices particularly hard, forcing many to issue urgent funding appeals to avoid cutting back on the vital care they provide. The national insurance hike has burdened hospices with substantial additional costs, some running into hundreds of thousands of pounds, as they struggle to cover the increased levy on employers. This financial strain comes at a time when the sector is already grappling with rising operational costs, particularly around staffing, which have been escalating for some time. Unlike the NHS, which is predominantly funded through government allocations, hospices rely on a much smaller portion of state support. Only about a third of their total funding comes from government grants. The rest of their financial resources come from charitable donations, fundraising efforts, and community support. Hospice UK, the sector's leading charity, has already expressed grave concerns about the state of hospice finances, describing 2023 to 2024 as, by a distance, the worst financial year in the sector's history. The charity has estimated that the sector is heading towards a £60 million deficit by the end of the financial year, with rising staffing costs and the national insurance increase serving as the primary drivers of this shortfall. These challenges come on top of the already considerable strain hospices face as they work tirelessly to provide end-of-life care to thousands of people across the country, often without the same resources and support available to larger healthcare providers. Health Secretary Wes Streeting has acknowledged the severity of the situation and pledged to provide financial support to help hospices weather the crisis. He has promised that the government's grant for hospices will be revised to ensure they are better protected against the financial pressures they are currently facing. However, details of this support remain vague, with Streeting indicating that further information will be revealed before Christmas. In a statement, the Department of Health and Social Care reaffirmed the government's commitment to high-quality end-of-life care, noting that the Chancellor's budget decisions had enabled an additional £26 billion investment in the NHS. While this is a welcome boost to the healthcare system, many in the hospice sector are questioning whether this investment is enough to address the specific needs of their services, which operate on much leaner budgets than NHS trusts. The impact of this financial pressure on hospices cannot be understated. As the financial situation becomes more dire, the future of these vital services hangs in the balance. The sector is now calling for immediate government action to ensure hospices can continue their work without fear of financial collapse. Lastly, classic British cars are steadily disappearing from our roads, and many are likely to vanish in the next few years. As the automotive world shifts toward electric vehicles and older cars face the inevitable wear and tear, iconic models from Britain's motoring history are gradually being phased out. The rise of electric vehicles, government regulations pushing for greener alternatives, and a generation of drivers more focused on newer technology than nostalgic models all contribute to this decline. These vehicles, which once defined the road for decades, now face the harsh reality of obsolescence. Experts in the field suggest that this is a natural progression, driven by both the advancement of technology and changing consumer preferences. While enthusiasts continue to cherish these cars, the sheer number on the road is dwindling, and production of these iconic models is a thing of the past. Once mass-produced models that were the backbone of British motoring, they now face an uncertain future. The cars that once filled driveways and dominated the roads could soon become rare sights, confined to car shows, private collections, or museums. However, it's not just the iconic names from British manufacturers that are at risk. The shift toward electric vehicles, along with ongoing environmental regulations, means that a wide range of classic cars are being slowly replaced. This shift towards electric and hybrid vehicles also reflects broader societal changes. Fuel efficiency, lower emissions, and the push to combat climate change are now key priorities. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British political content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.